Hey yo, what up YouTube? It's your boy Prob coming at you from the Royal Tournament, currently at 20 wins and 0 losses, and I wanted to show a lot of replays, but Supercell is not gonna allow me to show the very old ones. I mean, like, very old is like 15 hours ago or something. I don't know why they don't allow me to show it. Like, literally so robbed, like this match was so good, but I guess nobody's gonna see it. So sorry for blue balling you. Let's start with this match against Kyugi. I think I'm only gonna be able to show the last 2 replays of the 20 games that I did because I kinda forgot and now they're no longer available. Luckily though, I did catch the last 2. So in this one against Kyugi, we're against like E-Giant. It's a very weird version of E-Giant. I've never, well, you don't often see with Fisherman. I guess sometimes you do see Giant Fisherman, but I don't know, just a very weird EGM deck overall. We start with a pretty good push. He doesn't manage to stop most of our Skellies and the Spear God damage with the E-Giant, so we take advantage of that. We defend very easily. We just like Mortar Gang. Mortar is very easy to defend E-Giant with. And that position that I did right there with the Mortar is actually a position that only works against the Giant. So if you guys want to use it, it is the longest possible path that the giant can take to the mortar. So I guess technically it is the most optimal position against the giant. So other than that, Mother Witch is probably the most annoying part of this whole deck for us. The new buff to Mother Witch actually makes this extremely annoying to play with. To play against here, if I actually pre-fireballed or I guess like reacted fast enough to the fisherman, we could have gotten some extra damage with the musketeer on the tower, because like the musketeer gets one shot on the fisherman, then the fireball kills it, and by the time the fisherman has uh, pulled the musketeer towards him, now the musketeer is in range of the tower and he gets a couple shots every time. Then I react fast enough. It's a very micro play thing to do though, and I wasn't really playing that well. But that fireball was really nice on the Mother Witch because he didn't expect it. So we killed this fisherman, we got the musketeer on tower, we got extra damage, and now from this position I don't really even need to attack anymore per se. I can just like cycle him with like just logs and fireballs or just wait for the tiebreaker, even though the log did get nerfed. And in the immortal words of Gautier, the artist that made the song, somebody that I used to know, but you didn't have to nerf the log. No, okay, that was cringe. That was okay. Yeah, I'm gonna stop. They didn't have to nerf the log though. They really did. They really didn't. Okay, whatever. So we're defending this E Giant. I think I actually played the Mortar super bad. It's like, yeah, it's out of E Giant range. I guess I shouldn't have said that super cringe thing because Karma is coming back for me and I need to place that Mortar there like on the last second. Whew, yeah, that was a close one right there. But now I have a very bad cycle against this next E Giant, and it seems like it might be over. But Mortar Bay always has a little trick in its pocket. We might see very soon what that trick is. The Mortar does not clip on the tower. I was assuming that was gonna be the special thing, but let's see if I can surprise myself here. Probably Mortar high up, yes sir. Go for the Spear Gobs. Fireball the no, just. Mm, I don't know, man. This is not looking good, Prob. What is past Prob doing here? Okay, I guess we do get a clean defense, but I thought I was gonna get the tower there, like with that little push there. If I did fireball the Mother Witch, I'm pretty sure the mortar would have connected on tower, like 100%, bro. I don't actually distract the Inferno Dragon, and the Mother Witch gets all the value on my Spear Gobs. So this is a pretty bad situation. Luckily, I do Mortar last second to get the E-Giant. My tower does finish off his Hydra, and just like that, it's almost like nothing happened. I blundered super hard. I said a super cringe thing, and I was gonna lose, but actually, no, man. I came back, and I think if I can put this mortar here, we can actually get the tower right here. Almost blundered, didn't really. This was supposed to be an easy matchup. Like, it really didn't need to be this close. I just kinda started playing like really bad at some point. So we're probably gonna cycle a Musky on the E-Giant, or in the back, I guess. Go for the Mortar high up. If I can get a Mortar shot here, like I've been waiting for this the whole game. There we go, there we go. Oh, come on. Where are the mortar shots when you need it? You know, that's what I'm thinking about. He does get like that insane value with the lightning, but I do mortar high up. Even though his eye drag does kill it, at least the Mother Witch doesn't get value. And kind of like I keep blundering at this point. I'm not even trying to get rid of this tower. I'm just trying to survive until the tiebreaker. But I guess the lesson from this one game here against a very easy matchup that I almost blundered, yeah, the lesson is don't get too comfortable and don't start playing like shit just because you have an advantage. Otherwise, you might blunder it. And yeah, Skelly booty dancing emotes. That's about it. Oh baby, let's go for the second game here. This one is, I think, a lot more interesting. This first game here against Kyugi is more of an easy matchup, more of a lesson of hubris to not believe too much in yourself, otherwise you might fuck it up. But this one against Lowly, this is just pure gameplay, man. This is literally like the best micro plays that you're gonna see on this side of YouTube, whatever that means. So I'm gonna go for spear gobs at the bridge, most definitely, in the position on the side that allows you to get that one more hit with the spear gob, like just boop. So he goes knight, and I go knight as well. But at this point, if they do have hexbow, yeah, they're always gonna hexbow like that. So luckily, I have my mortar in cycle. I might have already blundered here if I didn't. I go for my musketeer. I'm very wary of something that he might place in front of the musketeer because at that point, if he placed the archer queen instead of the e-spirit, I would have already died. Like these games against Expo, especially the ones against Expo Queen, can literally like you can lose it in the first 5 seconds. Like I'm not even joking. Like first 5 seconds, if they get one predict right, you are dead. They're the most important. The rest of the game is just keeping a good cycle and not getting predicted. But yeah, by now I already know that it's Expo and it's Queen. He showed both of them. Usually this deck does have mini P.E.K.K.A instead of Knight, but I think this version is still kind of hard. I get some cheap damage with the spear gobs. Even just one spear worth of damage in a matchup like this, it can save you from like doom. Here it goes for expo and I don't have a good cycle, so I just like kind of stack everything at the bridge, logging the e-spirit so that my mask can finish off his expo. And yeah, that is something that always happens against very fast expo decks that like pressure a lot. They are gonna expo at like 0 elixir. So the trick for defending expo or like expo cycle, I guess, with mortar bait is either you have like you need to be in one of two situations. Either you have knight mortar, like something to tank for the expo, and you just out tank it while you wait for like your fireball or your log, so you can even get some like spell damage on the tower. Or if you can't do that because they outcycled you, that's what expo cycle does. Then what you need to do when you don't have mortar, you don't have knight in cycle, is just have your musketeer ready, like hover it even, just be ready for like that split second. Just as soon as they put the expo, you immediately put the musketeer and then something in front of it, like on the other side, I guess, like goblin gang or spear gobs. And yeah, that is the only way that you can counter expo without having a mortar in cycle. So right here or like a mortar or a knight in cycle, I guess. So right here I go for the other type of defense. I went for the knight down back. I keep cycling stuff, spells included, just to I guess out tank the expo. This one is less about DPSing the expo down and more about just I guess tanking for it until its timer runs out. So here I go again for a type 1 defense. Oh, I really like this kind of thing that I did here. So it's like type 1 defense is when you tank for it with the expo, with the mortar and the knight, and type 2 defense is when you outspell it. So it's like very quick burst of damage. Everything is gonna die anyway, but you just try to kill the expo before it kills all the troops that you're putting down. So yeah, here he finally sees that he cannot break through with me, and he goes for defensive expo. I actually go for that mortar because I thought that my knight would have been encircled by then. But this actually works really well for me because the knight is now full HP and they can go on a push on the left lane, while my mortar does still chip on the right with one shot. Fireball on the queen, kills it, gets also some damage on the left side of the tower. And yeah, against these expo decks, you really don't care about which tower you go to. It's like you're gonna, if you're against a good expo cycle player, you're always gonna reach the tiebreaker, no matter what. Like, unless you really do an insane prediction outplay, like kind of thing. Like, three different predictions in a row, it's always going to reach the tiebreaker. So the point is, you don't really care if you're going left, if you're going right, if you have 1000 more damage on one tower or like 500 less damage on the other, or whatever. You just want to keep defending. You never give them an X-bow lock and you're going to win. That is all you need. If at some point they start rocket cycling, then yeah, you can start attacking. But until then, go for this one, which is type 1 kind of defense. Cycle to the knight and then go for a musketeer. I don't know if I'm gonna use my mortar here, probably am. Yep, type 1 kind of defense, bro. I'm telling you, this terminology do be hitting hard. He goes for an X-bow on the right, and here I was actually being distracted IRL, because yeah, right now I'm just couch surfing on a friend's place, so it's never easy to just play without getting distracted. So there I got distracted a bit. This guy like stacked so many X-bows and I almost choked it, but as you can see, if you keep having something to tank, as long as the X-bow doesn't connect, you're fine. Everything can happen. Just keep cycling for your dear life. Like, he's gonna keep cycling the X-bow. You just need to get a knight down, get a mortar down, cycle log, because log is very cheap. Even if you don't have a lot of log value, it's better to cycle a log than to cycle a skelly barrel when you're defending from like 5 X-bows in a row, you know? So that you can just keep getting on to your next mortar, your next knight, your next goblin gang, your next spear gobs, and yeah, eventually you reach the tiebreaker, you beat the X-bow player, you show your 2 shitty replays on YouTube, and I guess you get 20 wins and 0 losses with mortar bait in the Royal Tournament. Yeah, I hope I can make like a better video where I show like more than just 2 replays, but I had to show the 20-0, you know, man, like I had to show this one. If I get to like 30-0, expect another video. Otherwise, see ya!